And if you believe it's going to be a lovely day, let me hear you say, yeah, yeah. Good morning, everybody.
When the day that lies ahead of me.
Time check, it is some 26 minutes past the hour of 6. You're warmly welcome to the best breakfast show in all of the land. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. It's a glorious Tuesday morning, and I hope you're looking forward to the day as much as we are.
And the world's all right with me.
I had such a wonderful sleep last night. I won't bore you with the details. Felicity Appiah-Ampofo joins us now on the phone lines. She'll let us know if it will truly be a lovely day. Felicity, good morning to you.
Good morning, Helen.
How are we doing?
I am much better today than yesterday.
Fantastic. What is the weather looking like today? I know there's some more rain en route. Tell us more.
Yeah, thanks so much. Good morning to our dear viewers and listeners. We are expected to be cloudy over the 16 region, misty and foggy conditions still expected over Takwa, Aflau, Seshubekwai. Those in Gosu, Sunyani, Techiman will have poor visibilities due to misty conditions. A slight rain and drizzle is still in the forecast this morning for those of us in Accra, Kaswa, Cape Coast, Axim, then those of us in Kumasi, Obuasi. For the afternoon, we expect it to become variably cloudy with some 30% chance of isolated cases of rain and thunder over the north, precisely those in Tamale, Yende, Wa, and Relugu. And then later it will spread to Bolgatanga, Damangu, and some few areas over the southern sector. In terms of temperatures, we expect it to range between 28 and 31 degrees Celsius. The state of the sea is still dangerous, so we are pleading with our fisher folks not to navigate on the sea today. We are hoping that by the close of this week, the conditions will improve, then they can go back to do their activities. For those that will be traveling at dawn for tomorrow, before we bring you the update, we are anticipating widespread mist and foggy conditions likely to affect visibility. So if you are traveling from Accra to Ebri, Koforidia, Accra to Kumasi and Koko, Gosu, Sunyani, Axim, Ho to Peki, Chito, and you have just 1 minute.
Well, thank you very much, Felicity, for that update. As always, we'll be looking to the socials for subsequent ones to follow. But again, good morning, a warm welcome. This is 3FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.
The best in the morning is on 92.7 Sunrise on 3FM.
It's all about the insurance.
Well, you had Felicity. State of the sea expected to be rough. Temperatures quite cool, as it typically is during the month of August, so do wrap up warm. Some widespread showers also expected. We'll keep you informed via our social, so do be sure to give us a follow. You can find us on X. We're on Instagram, also on Facebook at 3FM at 92.7.
Shoreline beyond just the beach, I lit the dead dell. Wanna see vomits, you can see many secrets to tell. Pleasures of life, weekends by ourselves. And boy, I know you me there. This story, know they hear it rewrite. Yeah, what's you? Yeah, thank God for beach life. The womb of the sea, so pregnant, full of life. Wondrous creatures, day for us, day and night. Tardy, second day, stroke with a body. The sun sets over coconut trees proudly. Tawala on Wednesday.
Well, very shortly, we'll be getting into the news review. But before that, I'll tell you exactly what to expect on this morning's edition of 3FM Sunrise.
Funny not comedy or slapstick a hammer, so like birthday gifts I had to wrap.
We have our eyes firmly on the December polls. This is, of course, your election command center.
Navy Crystal, I thought you knew. No.
And if you joined us yesterday, we were recapping the happenings over the weekend. I'm talking about the NDC's campaign launch, which took place at the Jubilee Park in Tamale. Today we'll be expanding that conversation even further, taking a look at the NDC and the December polls readiness. We'll also be having a look at the NDC's performance in opposition. Many of you have your own opinions, your thoughts, your comments on whether or not the opposition NDC is ready for the December polls. Some of you have described the approach as a bit laid back. Some of you might say they're a slow, inactive opposition. Is that the situation on the ground? Do stick with us all morning long as we dissect these themes. Also talking about the manifesto. We've lamented the slow pace, if you will, in the release of the manifestos of the major political parties. At least we have the GTP, that's the Great Transformational Plan of the butterfly movement, the movement for change. Have you cited some of the butterfly movement policies? What do you make of it? Use the hashtag this morning. It is hashtag 3FM Sunrise. All of your thoughts, your comments, they're absolutely welcome.
This story know they hear it rewrite. Yeah, what's you? Yeah, thank God for beach life. The womb of the sea so pregnant, full of life. Wondrous creatures.
We'll also be looking to current governance issues.
The sun sets over coconut trees proudly.
Free SHS is still very, very topical. To review or not to review? Does review mean cancellation? What are your thoughts on that subject matter? I'm sure you'll let us know at some point in the show, of course. We open up the phone lines, hand over the mic to you. We do this in tandem with you. In fact, this morning you are our third co-host. Issues of corruption still abound. How much premium are you putting on the issue of corruption as far as going to the polls is concerned? Issues of accountability, transparency. And of course, it's a glorious Tuesday morning, so we'll have a womanpreneur on the bill, proudly sponsored by a Life Soap and a Fortune Spread. We'll be engaging with another industrious young woman making waves in the world of business. We're always learning so much. So do stick with us. It's a very exciting lineup this morning. Meaty and mighty, but fear not. I know your teeth are sharpened and you are ready to get into all of today's issues. Let me say good morning to some very energetic and strong gentlemen indeed. Hughes Sixtus Ullo. Mr. Johnnie Hughes, good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Morning.
Morning.
The weather has nothing on our voices.
Oh my goodness.
At all.
Nothing at all.
We will not tolerate
The
any...
microphone is bouncing.
Yeah, it's bouncing like the economy.
How are you guys been keeping warm? You know, Felicity told us we're seeing some sub 20 degrees Celsius weather, and usually that's quite cold for our part of the world. How are you staying warm at nighttime?
I'm naturally warm-blooded.
You're warm-blooded. Sixtus, what about you? Are you also
It's the same
warm-blooded?
thing. You know, the times you are shivering here in the office and I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's normal with me. God made me
He
well.
knew we would work here.
Why, are you a lizard? Or the lizard, are they cold-blooded?
God knew this day would come. He prepared us for it.
Without further ado, we'll get into the newspaper review. The Ghanaian Times this morning says second phase of UHAS project. It's the biggest nursing midwifery school, and it's opened up. The president here pictured cutting sword. He received also an honorary doctorate degree. Not sure how many he's racked up this year alone, but that is a scholar, graduate and a graduate. I'll find that soundbite for us later. Alleged payment for spare parts.
You know the NDC in the region had seriously protested against this.
That's right.
I don't know the criteria our universities have for awarding honorary degrees. But we shouldn't have controversy over some of these things. I mean, if you are deserving of it, if you have earned it, the university should be able to confer it on you without any of these partisan intrusions and questions and all of that. So as to whether the NDC in the region has a point, I don't know. As to whether, I read one of their statements, and they were talking about contributions of the government to the development of UHAS, which I think probably would one of the benchmarks in conferring honorary degrees.
Right.
You are either awarded for your academic contribution to the institution, or for financial and philanthropic contribution to the institution, or for in fact, these days a lot of institutions are more interested in research. So if you are somebody who has contributed significantly to the development of research in a higher institution, you are more likely going to be conferred an honorary degree. So I don't know what exactly the situation is and why the party in the region
I think that every university has the independence to, the degrees are awarded anyway. You don't earn them. They are awarded. The university decides who they want to award and who they don't want to award. They can award you today and say tomorrow, bring it back. We have withdrawn or revoked it. You don't have it. So, we may not know what contributions he has made, to the university, what the university considered, but they also don't owe anybody an explanation as to
at all
why
they did that.
An honorary doctorate degree on him. They could just say that, because it's the president, let's dash him one honoris causa like that. Let him go home and enjoy it with his grandchildren.
I don't know why people have their,
anyway.
as the saying goes, knickers and a twist.
Another reason why politics should stay out of our academic institutions.
Well, the academicians themselves have become politicians.
This matter.
The academicians themselves have become politicians. You have you noticed that there are a certain crop of lecturers, or if you like professors or whatever it is, from our political science departments and other departments, who are only vocal when one side is in government, and then they go mute when the other side is in government. And then you find the same set of people come and say, they have done a survey, a poll, and party A or party B will win. And then when the coin flips, say, no, the party B will lose, and party. And even on campuses where you have maybe a TESCON grouping or a TANE grouping. TESCON is for NPP, TANE is for NDC. You have these professors who are supposed to be apolitical, if you will, boldly.
Are they supposed to be
associate? No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that. Well, if you decide to be a member of, say, TESCON or TANE, then you come and organize a poll or a survey, and you say your party will win. It's really I mean, if you were not part of any of the groupings.
There's one of them who has been absorbed into government and he's suddenly gone quiet, no more service.
Yes, the director of research at the presidency. He used to do a lot of service. He's now the director of research.
We used his service a lot in political analysis in the run-up to, was it 2016?
Yes,
2012?
2016. Yeah,
2016.
Deputy director,
he was at the political science department.
Commissioner of, what do you call it? Electoral Commission, right? The number 2 man, Dr. Bosman Asari Bosman. I mean, we also used this stuff. Today we're using that of Smart Sapon. I mean, who knows?
Who knows whose one we'll use tomorrow? We carry on with the newspaper review. Again, on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, alleged payment for spare parts for ambulances. We've not paid $10 million to SGAG. That's the company. That's the somebody like that. That's coming from the Bank of Ghana.
Is that really a response to give us at this time?
These monies were released by the ministry. Is it the Ministry of Health?
Is that really a response to give us at this time?
I mean, that response merely clarified what the expose sought to bring to the fore.
Is that really the response they should be giving us now?
What response do you want to hear?
Was the company qualified to...
In fact, it didn't exist at the time that it was even given.
So what are they explaining really?
I think they
sometimes I think that they think that we are all fools.
But nobody signed that. It said PR unit. Nobody wanted to put their name on it.
That's the point. I've been saying this over and over again, that when you see PR unit, PR department by management,
but there's a head of comms for the institution.
Yeah, but nobody wants to stick their neck out.
We'll start mentioning their names.
Unit.
Are you? If your bosses put a statement out there in your name and it doesn't come with, we'll start mentioning your name as head of corporate affairs
as the main guy who wrote this.
Because this is something that we haven't even scratched the surface. If what the accountant, the Auditor General, I beg your pardon, had to say about this company it is exactly the case, because also as per Honorable Samuel Okudu-Tuablakwa, they didn't contest these findings that they were overcharging us, over invoicing, didn't have the adequate staff strength, all these things they didn't contest.
That's why I'm asking that this response that the Bank of Ghana is giving us now, is that the response that we need? We don't need that kind of response. They should really treat the Ghanaians with some respect, that at least we have some brains in our heads. I mean, this PR is backward. What are we talking about?
We'll get into that. First batch poultry products under FSRP ready for market consumption. FSRP is Food System Resilience Program. There's some akoko here ready for consumption. If you go in the market, you might see these plump, juicy chickens for you to get into. The Daily Guide this morning: court dismisses case against Amewu. You've got John Peter Amewu pictured on the front page. NHIA outdoors free annual health checkup program. 2.37 million euro ambulance case. CDS nails Japa on his dismissal. EC starts voter registration mop-up August 1, and Parliament passes Ghana Shippers Authority Bill. Gentlemen, over to you.
The Daybreak newspaper this morning says GIS Customs probe Kulungungu incident, where you found the customs officers and the immigration officers fighting over who should have right over the gate, the border. But
why is there any time this town is mentioned in our history? It doesn't come with a good story.
This time, it's for the record, it's not the people causing trouble.
It's not the people.
It's the officers that we send
people who should be keeping them
safe who are causing the problem. Akufo-Addo outlines achievements in health infrastructure. It's Dr. Akufo-Addo there. Snakes jabs Sophia Kufu over unsubstantiated allegations. I think Snakes should be keeping quiet and telling us when their board chairman, Madam Elizabeth Ohene, and the management will be going away.
That's what we need. Not going.
Yeah, that's what we need from them.
Going.
Not jabs to the former senior citizen, former CJ. Professor Mwaku makes input in Green Ghana projects, and West Blue grabs 95 million Ghana cedis judgment debt. You remember West Blue? GCNet, then come West Blue, and then ICOMS. The ICOMS that we forced people to. Well, now we're going to pay $95 million because of that decision. One decision that somebody decided that we have to take. Is that causing financial loss to the state? I don't know. The New Finder newspaper says lithium fiscal regime advantageous, but potential risks that could impact expected revenues exist. NRG. President Akufo-Addo commissions $60 million phase 2 expansion project of UHAS. I see. That's where the PhD thing comes through. Sixtus, you see the picture? Yeah, 60 million. We'll commission it. Yeah, phase 2. So he has done phase 2 for the university. CDs strengthens against pound sterling. Abena Amoa is the MD of GSC Stock Exchange. Bank of Ghana warns of elevated credit risk amid banking sector recovery. Is the banking sector recovering? Boosting agriculture, insights from Ghana's mid-year budget review from farmers, agripreneurs, and agricultural associations. Sixtus.
On the front page of the Daily Statesman newspaper, we've done a lot in health sector. Akufo-Addo outlines achievements in infrastructure, free annual health check-up for all. Importers digitalized with trade ministry support, Edichum to showcase Akufo-Addo's achievements in education today. It seems the green book, the online green book, what's the name again?
Performance tracker.
Performance tracker.
Has it been tracked?
It seems it's not tracking, so they have to.
Or the performance tracker is backtracking.
At every stage, they have to outline. But there are two important stories inside the Daily Statesman that I want to add. Too easy to conduct nationwide mop-up registration exercise in August. Listen, people. Each one of us, I hear people saying that what is the essence? I am not voting. Please, I beg you, in the name of God.
Sixtus, can you blame?
Don't forgive this voting for any reason.
But can you blame
Don't
the
skip
people?
It for any reason.
I will blame
this
you.
Is the reason.
I will blame you.
This is the reason. Whatever the reason it is that you think you don't want to vote is the same exact reason why you must vote.
You know, Sixtus, the democratic process, and I support the democratic process. Go and vote, express your rights, enforce your rights, civic rights, and all of that. I believe in it. But the benefit of spending 4 or 5 hours in a queue just to vote, coming back to witness the counting of the ballots, seeing somebody declared winner, should be felt in my life. If the benefit of that is not felt in my life, brother, I'm coming.
My brother,
I'm coming.
Relax.
Relax. The Electoral Commission, did you know that it is part of their mandate to educate the public on these things? Have you ever heard the Electoral Commission telling people about these things?
About which things?
Which things?
They're supposed to educate the people about voting, voter rights,
We have a whole institution dedicated to this that we have neglected.
You mean the NCC?
No,
yes.
I'm saying open the website of the Electoral Commission. That's their second mandate.
I don't doubt you on that.
So I'm saying, no, I'm coming. So I'm saying that the NCC is silent almost throughout the period until the elections are coming. A few weeks to the elections, they get active. A few weeks after the elections, they go silent. The Electoral Commission does same. A few weeks to the elections, they go up. They come up. We're going to have this in August, right? Today is the 29th, right?
That's
right.
August.
Yes, 29th, right?
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, so Thursday going.
Has the Electoral Commission, let's say they don't even want to bring any advertorial to us. Has the Electoral Commission advertised on GTV?
I have not seen that.
Have they done that on Radio Ghana?
I don't.
Have they put it on the front page of the Daily Graphic?
I don't. I have not seen it.
Have they done Ghanaian Times? GNA?
They organize the people must know. What's the name of the people? Let the people know.
But you have the ISD.
Let me just say
Information Services Department.
Let me just say that for want of time.
Have you at your
Helen,
Agbogba location seen the ISD green and yellow vans going around to say Wednesday?
Just one Lebanese guy is selling air fryer. He's going around. One Lebanese guy selling air fryer. Just tell me the whole neighbor
in a few lines, Helen. Let me congratulate.
Yes, only because time check it is 11 minutes to 7. Only 1 minute until we're biting.
You are taking that time.
No, you are.
I'm saying that I want to congratulate Ghanaians for the parliament that we have today. And let us do the same thing or better in the December polls. Let's not leave anything to chance. Another story headline, saga of too many universities. Go read it on the page 10 of the Daily Statesman. It's an interesting piece.
Thank you for that, Sixtus. We're going on a very quick break. Of course, when we return, it's Johnny's Bite, a.k.a. the People's Bite. Tell a friend, tell a friend. You can also